have here in the Midlands.
The storm already claimed the lives of 4 people, including 2 children, when it slammed into Florida this morning. So let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Adam Clark to see what we can expect here in the Midlands as Tropical Storm Debby makes its way here.
That's right. We've got heavy rain. That's the primary concern we have, and that leads to flooding. Flooding here throughout the Midlands and especially south and east of I-20. Dangerous downpours, winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. Flooding is likely with this scenario as this system makes its way slowly to the north and east. It has weakened to 50 mile per hour winds, but as it moves back over the ocean, we're expecting it to gain strength once again and get up to 50, even a possibility of 60 mile per hour winds with this. But the big story is not the wind strength with this. It's the amount of time it's just going to hang out as an uninvited guest with South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. You can see that heavier downpour down towards Orangeburg. The heaviest rain currently down towards Hilton Head, even some lightning strikes there. We've had a couple feeder bands make their way through Columbia. Currently dry conditions. Now is the time to maybe make sure that your storm drains are clear. That's a good thing to do. Make sure there's no pine straw on them and make sure they're all clear. But steady rain down towards Orangeburg already, and it's just going to continue. That's why the National Weather Service has us under a flood watch. There's a tornado watch down to the south here, so the tornado watch lasts throughout the night tonight and into tomorrow morning, in fact, and we've got the watch here in place until 8 o'clock Thursday evening, so it's like a 3-day watch. Currently some steady and heavy rain down to our south, but again, Tropical Storm Debby making its way slowly to the north will go right back over the ocean again and strengthen. So tonight, 74, 100% chance of rain, tropical downpours possible, about 100% chance of rain tomorrow as well. 78 is our high. Flash flooding is a concern with the downpours and winds gusting up to 45 to 50 miles per hour as Debby spins just over to our east. I've got the rest of your first alert forecast and more details about this scenario coming up.
All right, thank you, Adam. And Governor Henry McMaster is urging South Carolinians to be prepared tonight, calling Tropical Storm Debby, quote, an animal that we don't think we've seen before.
State officials reiterated that the biggest threat is what they say could be catastrophic and life-threatening flooding.
They're urging South Carolinians, especially those closer to the coast, to limit their travel as much as possible, but also to seek higher ground if flooding develops. They warn cars can be washed away in as little as 2 feet of water. State officials say lake levels have been lowered for Lake Murray, Moultrie, and Marion, and advise private dam owners to be vigilant now and also in the coming days.
Dam owners should be checking on their dams throughout the event as conditions can rapidly change.
It may be that this is the most water we've seen for a long time. Maybe. We don't know. So stay alert, stay tuned, and stay safe.
As of now, no evacuation orders have been issued, and the governor says they don't anticipate doing so at this point. But he does add they are closely monitoring if that needs to change.
In Columbia, city leaders say that they're hoping for the best, but they are prepared for the worst when it comes to Tropical Storm Debby. Columbia Mayor Daniel Rickman, along with other city leaders, held a news conference earlier this evening explaining their efforts to prepare. Mayor Rickman says the last time that the city experienced a storm of this magnitude, it led to the historic flooding back in 2015.
WIS reporter Ashley Jones was there today with the mayor and joins us live outside the city's emergency management building. So Ashley, the mayor says they're much more prepared than they were in 2015 when that historic flooding happened. What else did he say?
Well, Mayor Daniel Rickman says that the city is much more prepared than what we were back in 2015 with that historic flooding. However, the biggest concern for city leaders right now is the uncertainty of the path that Tropical Storm Debby will take and just how long the Midlands might feel its impacts. Now, the assistant city manager for Columbia Water, Clint Sheely, also spoke briefly about the canal and the stability of the city's water system, saying while canal repairs are still not in place, an interim solution was implemented during the historic flooding back in 2015. 2015. Sheely says this interim solution has served the Midlands well for almost 9 years and has also withstood some heavy storms the city has experienced since then. Sheely reassured us the city has much more control of the water that flows into the canal. Columbia Chief of Police Skip Holbrook also spoke briefly. He says the department has already been out to the flood-prone areas across the city, putting out barricades as well as sandbags.
We have better control of the flow coming into our canal system by those interim repairs, much better control. We're able to limit the flow that comes in from the Broad River. We also have extra flow capacity to let water out of the canal system should an excess amount be flowing in from rainfall that occurs in the city and overland flow going into the canal. So we're able to release more water than we could back in 2015 as well.
Now, Chief Holbrook also says that if you are out for some sort of emergency, it's likely that you will come across some traffic light outages. He says if you do come across them, treat it like a four-way stop. He's also asking for people that come across those traffic light outages to report it to the city's non-emergency number. You can find that on your screen right now. You can also find a list of flood-prone areas on our website at WISTV.com. I'll have much more for you all tonight on WISTV at 10 and 11. But for now, reporting live here in downtown Columbia, I'm Ashley Jones, WIS News 10.
That's right. And as Ashley just mentioned, again, if you see a traffic light out, treat it as a four-way stop. Then call the city's non-emergency line. Like Ashley said, we have that number on your screen as well as on our website, WISTV.com.
And as we track Tropical Storm Debby,